Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be going over reasons why some people struggle with natural hair. I encourage you to go and watch the full video by Ari Say Stuff. She has great points and there's a lot I didn't go over here that she spoke about that was very interesting.
A lot of people are starting to feel like our natural hair is hard to maintain, especially when it's of a tighter texture. And I agree and disagree, but before I get into that, I do want to get into some of the reasons as to why people feel this way. The first one would be the societal pressures. For a lot of us, especially if you're on social media, especially if you're a younger person coming into yourself, trying to figure out what your style is, how you want to look, a lot of the Black women that we look up to tend to have a certain look, which there's nothing wrong with it. I think that it's beautiful, but it's not often that we see Black women wearing their natural hair in their natural state whenever they are doing things, whenever they're going to events, or even like a lot of times when it's our birthdays. It's like, okay, we need to do something to our hair, get our hair straightened, do something because that is kind of seen as being more put together in a sense.
The first mistake you're making is looking up to celebrities. I'm not talking about Ari, the content creator. I'm talking about anybody who's looking for a role model. Don't look up to celebrities. In my opinion, some celebrities are not the best representation you could ask for Black women, because these celebrities work for companies, agencies, record labels, whatever you want to call it, that have a particular agenda or tend to go for a particular image or look specifically when it comes to Black women. They want them to dress a certain way, behave a certain way. For example, if we look at the music industry, most Black women there, not all, but a lot of them tend to be more provocative in the way they dress, what they sing or rap about, and also have this tendency of pushing the baddie aesthetic, which often includes heavy makeup and straight hair, BBLs, everything that is far from natural or far from your natural self. Now, what these people do with their bodies is none of my business, but I bring this up to say to you that if you have decided that you want to be your authentic self, embrace the way that you are, I would not advise you to listen to celebrities or look up to celebrities. They are not people you should be looking at for direction. Well, at least not the ones in the music industry. I will say Chloe and Halle have beautiful locks, and Lauryn Hill as well. So yes, there are some, but very few that embrace like their natural hair and actually wear it out to public events, to their music videos, wherever. There's very few of them who actually show their natural hair or their locks. What I'm trying to say is you are more likely to find a musician who isn't natural than finding one who doesn't feel the need to wear a weave or to feel quote unquote put together. I would rather advise you to look at actors instead, because they are more likely to have hairstyles that are similar to their hair textures. But even then, it is not all hair textures that are shown, and for that reason, I will say again, your mistake is looking up to celebrities for representation. I think that the best solution for you is to find content creators who have a similar texture to yours, who will teach you how to take care of your hair and embrace it as it is, and how to look quote unquote put together with your natural hair. Another thing that some people tend to overlook when it comes to how they want to present themselves to the public is the people you hang around with. Some of you do not want to acknowledge that your friends may have a bigger influence on you than you think. That is why you may feel the need to straighten your hair when you go on a girls' night out or wear braids on your birthday. I am fortunate that I grew up seeing family members with all sorts of hairstyles. I have cousins who have locks, my mom has a mini afro, other family members just prefer to keep their hair short in a cut. Some have relaxed hair, but most are natural. And even when we meet up for weddings, get-togethers, or any type of occasion, they show up with their natural hair and fancy dresses. And so I never thought natural hair was not for events. The only time I started hearing of this nonsense was when I was in high school, and you hear young girls talk about their preparations for their matric dance, and they brag about how they are going to have lace fronts, 26 inches and all of that. For my international viewers, a matric dance is prom. And then this idea got amplified when I was in university because I remember going out with roommates who had natural hair, but for outings they had to wear a wig. And so to fit in, because they would constantly ask me if I would do anything to my hair. So I got braids because I couldn't afford a weave. I do have a video explaining my natural hair journey and how at some point in uni I was insecure, and so I would hide behind braids. The point is, if you are on a path to embracing your natural hair, do not look up to celebrities, and also surround yourself with people who will be supportive of your decision even if they are not on the same path as you.
Now, in my personal opinion, I feel like when it comes to natural hair being difficult, I think that it can be, but also it's not. Let me explain. I feel like natural hair can definitely be difficult to maintain or to wear depending on your circumstances, depending on what your lifestyle is like, depending on, maybe you're a mom and it's just easier to wear your hair straight because in the morning you don't have to do too much to it. You can just take off your bonnet, comb out your wrap, and go. You know what I mean? Or maybe depending on your profession, you don't have much time to do your hair. There's different factors as to why maybe wearing your hair straight is a lot easier.
I think that people definitely need to look at their lifestyle and decide on what may seem more doable for them. But then here's the thing. The key word is it may seem more doable. Seem is the key word. I have heard way too many people come online and say being natural is hard, so they will relax or just be a straight natural, which is fine. Their hair, their choice. The problem is some of you seem to forget or just not realize that you still need to take care of your hair when it is relaxed or straight. And another issue that some people are failing to acknowledge, please correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, is the damage that comes with being a straight natural. We already know the issues with relaxers, so I won't dwell on that. But isn't constantly applying heat to your hair bad for you? Your hair may look fine now, but over time the damage will start showing. There is a video by Coffee Cuties where she talks about a celebrity who is a straight natural, and she shares how much damage she is experiencing from straightening her hair all the time. Whatever decision you make, just know that a proper hair care routine or maintaining the health of your hair is something you cannot avoid. Everyone has to do things to their hair to style it and take care of it, but the way some people speak, it's almost as if people with natural hair are the only ones who have to have routines.
I think that it can also be difficult to wear our natural hair when we have unrealistic expectations of our natural hair as well. Now, everybody's hair texture is different, like I mentioned, and people that even have similar or even the same hair textures, their hair can be completely different. But I do think that the natural hair movement has kind of sold us a false narrative. A lot of times we are told our hair needs to be defined. Our hair needs to hang whenever we're wearing it out. Our hair needs to just feel and look a certain way. It needs to look shiny. Curls need to be popping. And for some hair textures, that is not realistic. For some people, they can put all the product in their hair. They can do all the washing and goes they want to do, and their curls still won't be super defined, right? So you're like, oh, like my hair doesn't cooperate. It doesn't work. When I try to do my hair, it goes up instead of hanging down and looking long. We have shrinkage. And obviously, when you have shrinkage, your hair isn't going to look its length, and that can be frustrating. And unfortunately, a lot of the content that we've consumed that contained natural hair portrayed natural hair in a certain way, and our hair a lot of the times doesn't do that. We're trying to put weights at the end of our hair so that when it dries, it can be longer. And to a certain extent, we can achieve that look. You can, hold your ends and blow dry it and do certain things, but our hair can only do so much. And we do have to be, especially for us that have tighter hair textures, we do have to be realistic about the way that our hair looks and what our hair can do. Our idea of our hair being done, sometimes that idea has to change.
I love everything she said here. Being a natural becomes easy when you stop chasing other people's hair textures. It becomes easy when you accept that not everything is meant for you. Yes, our hair is versatile, but it does have its limits. If you stopped avoiding your hair all the time and put in that little bit of effort into learning how it grows out of your head, what it needs to be healthy, and how to style it without over manipulating it or trying to get the hairstyle someone else on YouTube had, you would quickly realize that your hair is actually quite simple to manage. It all starts with you. As much as you may want to blame this and that and so for you struggling with your natural hair, at the end of the day, you make that choice to allow that to get to you. In certain instances, I understand some people may seriously be in a difficult position. In the full video by Ari Say Stuff, she mentions how some may struggle with natural hair because it denies them opportunities at work. And in all honesty, I cannot speak on that because I have never experienced it, nor have I been around people who have experienced it. So if you have gone through this, please share your experiences in the comments. I would love to get insight on that topic. I hope you all enjoy the video. Please leave a like, and if you're feeling extra generous, subscribe to my channel for more natural hair content. I share my thoughts on everything related to natural hair, and I also have videos on how to take care of your natural hair for beginners. Be sure to check those out as well.